This is the United States of America. It is also where I am from. I lived comfortably in Idaho Falls, Idaho. Here we are going to my house. This is my house right here. This is my neighborhood. I live comfortably in Idaho. I live in a nice, small neighborhood. It has paved streets, running water, and a grocery store just minutes away. Everything changed when I got adopted into the country Madagascar, and I moved all the way across the world. Madagascar is an island just off of the coast of Africa. After I moved here, I began to notice different issues that the country is dealing with. This is where I live now. It is a fairly normal home for the average citizen of Madagascar. It is quite secluded, but this is normal because lots of Malagasies live on their own farmland in very rural areas. Clearly, it is different from what I lived in the United States. In Madagascar, I am considered to live in poverty. Due to this poverty, I have lacked in education. Along with that came not being educated on the prevention of HIV and AIDS. Thankfully, those diseases are not large problems in my country. Instead, hepatitis, tuberculosis, and malaria are. This is a problem because when people become ill, it is not easy for them to access the proper health care they need. Let's take a look at where I would need to travel if I came down with a serious disease such as hepatitis, tuberculosis, or malaria. Okay. Here is the nearest hospital to my rural location. This is my home. This is the nearest hospital. The hospital is located in the capital city, Antananarivo. Using this ruler tool, let's look how far of a trip it would be for me to travel to the hospital if I were in dire need. I'm going to start at my home, travel to the capital city. It would be about 70 miles. Since I live in a rural area, I do not have paved roads to travel on, much less a quick way of transportation. The next closest hospital, I should say, is located south of this. Let's take a look at how far away this hospital is. It's about 120 miles. A very long trip, especially considering me being really sick. One of the biggest causes of these different diseases is the lack of clean water in Madagascar. Only 29% of the people in Madagascar have access to clean drinking water. Here is a picture of the Linta River in southern Madagascar. As you can see, it is surrounded by dirt and sand, making for a very unsanitary drinking grounds. This is just one example of the poor water quality that abounds in the country. Another environmental challenge that they face in Madagascar is the ongoing dispute of animal reserves. Since there are so many unique species of animals in Madagascar, people fight to have animal reserves put in place so the animals do not get harmed or go extinct. Malagasies argue against this because they need the excess land for farmland to plant food just to survive. It is an ongoing debate. Currently, there are 6 strict nature reserves, 20 national parks, and 22 wildlife reserves in Madagascar. Madagascar's landmass is very similar to the size of Texas, so you can imagine the landmass of 48 total nature reserves. This is the Lokobe Strict Animal Reserve, pictured here. As you can see, it is all trees. Many of the species live in trees, which brings us to the next area of conflict in Madagascar. In southern Madagascar, deforestation is prevalent in Madagascar. This is upsetting many due to the killing of wildlife and the danger it brings to the citizens. Here is an illustration of the deforestation going on. Deforestation is human-caused. A last problem that Madagascar faces is its poor farmland. Not only do they not have enough land due to the animal reserves, but it's very nutrient poor, and it is difficult to farm. If you look at this image, the land looks very dry and difficult to work with. Due to this, it can easily cause landslides. The lack of access to hospitals, the dispute on animal reserves, the deforestation, and the poor farmland are some of the biggest problems that I noticed when being adopted into the country of Madagascar.